Hey, what's going on? It's bboy Jolie, and today I'm doing a tutorial on a technique which is going to help you with your freezes, your closes, and your blow-ups, and which is going to make your breaking overall better, which means you're going to get more girls and impress more people at parties, which is where I mainly like to break and what I mainly like to do. Anyways, the first thing I want to talk about, which kind of explains the theory behind this technique, which is going to be like a hand technique, is about how your body is basically a building, right? And every building is a strong foundation. And basically when we're standing, our feet is our foundation, right? So I want you to just take a second, I want you to stand up, I want you to stand on 1 foot, and one foot, and tell me what you feel. Good answer, yeah. Feels like your kind of foot's moving around, right? So basically your toes are sort of pressing against the floor to keep balance, okay? And now that's a similar feeling anytime you hold a handstand or any other type of pose, actually, is that you're going to have a similar feeling that your fingers are sort of working, okay? And this technique is really important because basically, like I said, our body is like a building, so when you're on your hands, that's the foundation for keeping your building up. So I'm going to turn it right here to the wall if you want to check it out. Alright, so this technique that I'm going to go over is basically gripping the floor. There's two important things that I want you to keep in mind whenever you're doing this. And the first thing is to keep a pretty wide grip in your hand. And the second thing is to never have a flat hand. Okay? If you have a flat hand, then that means you're not even gripping the floor at all. So I want you to imagine that you're trying to lift the floor up. Okay? So we'll pretend that this wall is the floor. And I would do that by kind of pushing on my fingertips and drawing that energy or that force towards the center of my hand. Okay? By doing this, it's kind of giving me power. If I have a flat hand, then I lose all the power of my foundation. For example, if I were to do a pose and my body sort of shifts to the right towards my pinky, and if my hand was flat like this, it would just kind of come up. But by gripping the floor, it creates a power in my hand, and if I'm falling that way, then I'm going to push harder on the right side of my hand. I think this is a problem with a lot of people who can't hold poses for a long time because they're not utilizing this technique. Alright, so check it out. Now, if you're having trouble figuring out what that feels like, something that you could do would actually be to kind of put your hand on the wall like I have mine. You're going to keep your arms straight, and then I want you to sort of like fall towards the wall. Now I want you to push your body back, except when you push your body back, I don't want you to use your hand, I want you to use your fingertips, okay? And if you're doing it right, then you're going to sort of get that feeling like of how when you were standing on 1 foot, and you'll sort of understand what I'm talking about, visualizing the power in your hands, and the power in your fingers, and the power in your wrist. Okay, so check it out. I'm just going to do a couple poses, and I really want you to just sort of focus on my hands when I'm doing this. You're going to see my fingers moving around a lot. Basically just to kind of catch my balance. So you're basically utilizing the power of my fingers and the power of my wrists to do this. So as you can see, I'm still in place. My arms aren't really moving a whole lot, but my arms aren't. Even if I want to come down, I'm pushing on my fingers a lot for this basically. And if I want to transition, look how hard my hand's working. Okay, if anything, that's usually what gets tired. Okay, I'll go one-handed, but these pants are kind of slippery. I'll go back, right? Push up, controlling with my hands. Okay? Whew.